Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order our Audit and Compliance Committee. I'd like to begin, if we could, by a call of the roll, please, Heidi.
Yes, sir. Again, because we are meeting electronically, we have to respond to two questions. Can you hear me clearly and others? And are there anyone else in the room with you? Again, I'm going to assume that if you respond to your name as I call roll, that you can hear me clearly and that no one else is present in the room with you unless you tell me otherwise. Trustee Boyd.
Present.
Trustee DeLay.
Present, and no one else is in the room.
Chairman Kabawiak.
Present, and no one is here in the room with me.
Trustee Martin.
Present, and no one else is here in the room with me.
Chairman Smith.
Present.
Trustee Wright.
Present.
All right, we do not have a quorum of committee members physically present, but one does exist participating through electronic means. To proceed without a physical quorum, the committee needs to make a determination that necessity exists to hold the meeting. I submit these considerations for the committee to make that determination. The agenda includes matters of information and matters the committee may consider and vote upon in order to make recommendations to the Board of Trustees. These matters include matters regarding results of external reviews and quarterly reports. The Board of Trustees will next meet on Tuesday, June 16th. It is necessary for the committee to meet in order to consider these matters prior to the next meeting. Due to concerns related to exposure to the coronavirus, it was determined that the committee meeting should be held electronically, and thus there is not a physical quorum without electronic participation of committee members. In order for a quorum of committee members to participate by electronic means, and for the meeting to continue, a determination must now be made on the necessity of holding this meeting.
So do we have a motion that this meeting is necessary to be held electronically?
So moved.
Do we have a second, please?
Second.
Heidi, would you please call our roll?
I will, Mr. Chairman, who made the second, please?
I did.
Chairman,
I'm sorry.
I think it was Chairman Smith.
All right. Thank you. Trustee Boyd,
Yes.
Trustee DeLay,
Yes.
Trustee Karbawiak,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Yes.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Trustee Wright.
Yes.
We have a unanimous vote, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
And
Today on our agenda, we have one action item and two information items. Our first item is an action item, which is the approval of the last minutes. Our Audit and Compliance Committee met on March the 17th, 2020. The minutes have been sent out to everyone for their review. May we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. And this is Trustee Martin. I second.
Is there any discussion or corrections? If not, Heidi, may we please call the roll?
Trustee Boyd,
Yes.
Chairman DeLay,
Yes.
Trustee Karbawiak,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Yes.
Chairman Smith,
Yes.
Trustee Wright.
Yes.
Again, a unanimous vote.
Thank you very much. Our next item is an information item only, and it's the results of external reviews. I'm going to ask Brenda Burkhart, who's our Chief Audit Executive, to walk us through first the Tennessee Comptroller of the Treasury Financial and Compliance Audit Report for the year ended June 30, 2019. Brenda?
Thank you, Trustee DeLay. The Comptroller of the Treasury issued the Financial and Compliance Audit Report for fiscal year ended June 30th, 2019. And we are proud to report that for another year, MTSU has no audit findings. The audit opinion of the financial statements is unmodified. Since we are proud of the no findings accomplishment, a copy of the highlights page from the State Audit Report is included in your meeting materials on page 11. The web link to the complete audit report is also included in the meeting materials. I want to take a moment to brag on and thank management for their efforts in maintaining a good system of internal controls and the business office personnel for their efforts in preparing the financial statements for the university. Thanks for a job well done. And then, of course, speaking of state audit, the financial and compliance audit for the current year ending on June 30th will be starting soon because that's an annual process.
Thank you very much, Brenda. In addition, Tennessee Department of Finance and Administration, Office of Criminal Justice Programs on-site review of STOP contract with MTSU concluded on February 24th. Brenda, will you please update us on that as well?
Yes, we received that report in February, and it's a review of the contract for the law enforcement domestic violence sexual assault investigator position, and there were no findings of noncompliance in that report.
Outstanding. Additionally, the National Science Foundation desk review was performed by Atlas Research and completed on April 14th, 2020. Brenda, would you please update us on that?
Yes, that report that was submitted concluded that there were no major deficiencies, but cited 5 concerns described as minor, which were recommendations for improving the documentation of procedures. The report noted that proper procedures were in place, but the documentation of the processes should be improved. And management is taking corrective action to improve this documentation of procedures. And the corrective action of the minor concerns will be reviewed during subsequent monitoring activities. And the National Science Foundation thanked MTSU for their continued collaboration. And that concludes my comments concerning the external reviews received this quarter. And I also wanted to provide an update to the Comptroller's investigative report issued in July of 2019 concerning the Office of International Affairs. The former international recruiter was in circuit court on Friday, May 22nd. He pled guilty to 2 counts of attempted forgery and 1 count of attempted official misconduct. He made restitution of $40,000 to the university. He was placed on 3 years of probation with the requirement to complete 100 hours of community service work and to not have any contact with the MTSU campus. That concludes my report and update concerning external reviews.
Thank you very much, Brenda. Next, we have our quarterly reports, the results of internal audit reports. And again, I'm going to ask Brenda, our Chief Audit Executive, to report on that.
Since the last committee meeting, there have not been any internal audit reports issued. The status of the current audit plan is on page 15 of your meeting materials. And that concludes my quarterly update on the results of internal audit reports.
Brenda, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any other business before our committee today? If not, I would ask that this meeting adjourn.